Hello team, good evening. Just give me a sec team. I will be airing it live on YouTube as well. Just give me a sec. Hey, good evening everyone. Good evening everyone. So all the people, good evening everyone, and I am back once again. So as said, people, in this particular session, we will be discussing about all the points which we discussed recently with the people, the candidates who are there on our platform, and how we address them. So few people have been asking us to share the points with them as well, and we too thought that it's okay because the points discussed with few people, their queries resolved. If we share it with a group, it would help them as well. So in this particular session, I will be covering those points which we discussed with the people on one-to-one discussions that we recently had. At the same time, we will also address few of the queries which we recently discussed as a part of our Speak Expert Speak platform. So this is what I thought of doing. Just give me a sec, team. Just give me a sec. I will start it soon. Just give me a sec. I can hear an echo, so just give me a sec. I would just have to make it some changes there. Which we recently discussed as a part of our. So here we go, people. So, as said, we had some discussions in this past 3 to 4 weeks. One was like one-to-one discussion with different people. We interacted with them, we understood what their queries all, and we tried to resolve it. Another thing was that we got many queries from the form that we have. We got call it as expert speak form. We got some queries from that, and we addressed that as well with the specific people. Few were unaddressed as well, and we will try to cover those as well today. So not all the queries, but few of the most important queries, few of the most common queries which were raised by the people will be addressed. Okay, so let us start, people. So first and the most important query was that people, they are saying that they are not getting calls for interviews. Okay, so they are not getting calls for the interviews. This is what the people are saying, and the reason behind this is that let me bifurcate this particular question into two to for your better understanding. So let's talk about freshers, people. The thing is that if a fresher, if he's applying for a job, most of the time the freshers, the MNCs, they come and they go ahead with campus hires. That is one of the reasons, that is one of the bulk hirings that takes place everywhere when it comes to freshers, and that is one of the reason why people get placed. And if we talk about freshers, the chances of they getting calls from major multinational companies somewhat deteriorates. But what we need to do is that there are a few things that a fresher can definitely do if he or she wants to get a particular call or want to increase the chances of want to get selected. Okay, few important points, people. Few MNCs have designed their platforms. Few MNCs had designed some of the platforms wherein each and every fresher, irrespective of whoever they are, whatever they are, irrespective of whatever location they are in, they can raise whichever college they belong to, doesn't matter. They can go ahead and register for these particular events. You have to do some study about that. For an example, there is the program for Infosys. They call it as infytq. There is similar program for TCS. Then there is another program named hackwithinfy. Wipro also does something. They call it something. I will post the details of these programs to you. I have been doing it consistently on a group as well. But once this particular session is gets over, I will post the links of these particular programs as well on the particular description. So there are a few programs which people should apply for. As a fresher, this can be an entry ticket for you in an MNC. Go ahead, register yourself for these particular programs. See how things work, be prepared, and give your best to crack these programs. Once you crack these particular programs, it would be a easy ticket for you, wherein you would be interviewed and you would then be placed in the organization. I will be sharing the details to you as such. Okay, so this is one thing. First of all, go ahead and register yourself with all these fast track programs, all these programs that various MNCs are running. Okay, point number two is, it is not that every fresher gets selected as a part of campus interview. There are many companies who run off campus interviews as well. They run it during weekend drives. For this, you have to be very vigilant. They generally keep posting about all these things in LinkedIn platform by various recruiters. And at the same time, if we talk about off campus drive, companies, they come together, they sync up with consultancies as well. They sync up with consultancies, they get to come together and they plan a specific program for onboarding a person, for conducting an off campus drive and hiring a person. So whichever consultancy you are aware of, you can probably Google as well for the name of the consultancies which are available around you, and go ahead and register with them, or go ahead and write an email to these people stating that you are a fresher, you have just completed your education and you are looking for a job, and update your resume. And while doing this, ensure that you make a good description on the email body. As I just said, people call it as cover letter in professional language. Do this, the chances would happen that if there is any company who is directly working with some of the companies for off campus drives, then they will directly place you, they will conduct some trainings or they will conduct some interviews, they will directly align you then and there itself. Okay, this is point number two. Another thing that a fresher can do if he or she is not getting a job is that, do not let there be a gap in your resume, people. If you are a fresher, the option which is there known as internship is always open for you, right? Make use of this particular option. There are various platforms which provides internships to the people who are specifically fresher. Rather than just exploring for job and just ending up in reflecting that particular period as a gap in your resume, do internships or do trainings. Let there be no gap. Whenever you go ahead your resume, whenever it goes with a particular interviewer, if you can showcase yourself as if you are doing something. If you are doing an internship, then definitely you can try to count that thing as an experience as well. But although you will be fresher, but that thing would be like you have learned, you have worked that much, then probably that thing would also affect. So there are few particular platforms wherein you can use this particular, you can identify where you can get those internships. Okay, this is most common question, people. Few people have been asking how to apply for internships, how to get internships. So I will name 2 to 3 sites. Go ahead and find the internships related to your profile. Okay, the first thing is Internshala. There is a website known as Internshala. They have n number of internship programs which they have uploaded with them. Go ahead and explore this particular option. Second thing is Naukri First. This particular platform is also a platform which is specifically there and helps people when it comes to getting jobs and helps to getting internships as well. Naukri First. I will be pasting these details as well in the description, team. Another thing is there is something known as HIRIST, HIRIST. This particular internship platform is basically for people who are more into technical. This is technical based platform, but this platform also helps you in getting jobs and getting internships. Explore these particular 3 platforms. Make a note of these people, because these particular queries have been getting from many people stating that they just completed their education, how do they proceed and what are the options, how they can apply. These are few of the things. Okay, and another thing is that everyone everyone specifically in this time where things are moving online, they have to ensure that they have their LinkedIn profile. It's very basic, team, it's very basic. In fact, the job post that we do on WhatsApp, we are also planning to come up with a group known as LinkedIn group or Facebook group, and post our we will be posting our job requirement there as well, so that we get our old requirements as well. The new joiners can see the details of the requirements which were posted in past as well. So LinkedIn basically is a particular platform which is very beneficial for a person who is trying to set up his career or a person who is already in his career. So if you do not have your LinkedIn profile, make a LinkedIn profile and be very vigilant there, people. Okay, try to see who all are the recruiters, who all are the companies, who are your potential job providers. If you find come through anyone, just write a note to them, just send a connection request to them with a customized note stating that you just completed your engineering, you came through that person's profile, and it would be a great opportunity if in case he adds you in your network, so that you can learn many things from him. You know, these type of things should be done, these type of messages, these type of customized notes. This makes the difference. So this is what all we discussed in our team. Okay. First of all, go ahead and register for the various initiatives which are there as a part of freshers, which are raised by various MNCs. Point number one. Go ahead and register yourself for all these particular initiatives, as well as the company career portals as well. Okay. Second thing is that reach out to the consultancies, do a Google search, check which all are the consultancies which the highest rating, and go for the feedback. Share your resume with them, update the cover letter, and just keep them updated about this. Explore all the platforms which can help you in getting internships. We discussed about the platform while posting this particular video. I will also go ahead and share the details of those particular platforms as well. And be active on LinkedIn. Be active on LinkedIn, be vigilant on LinkedIn. I know many people, right? I know many people who have been working, who are closely working with me, and have been doing internship after internship, internship after internship. They then later on the internship in which they were working, that itself got materialized into a job. There are many these type of examples as well. So we should not keep our hopes down stating that we are not getting a job, or we have been trying for some time. But the whole point is that we have to keep patience, and you have to apply for right strategies. Okay. So this is how what a fresher can do. Another thing is that in one-to-one discussions that we had recently, one of the candidates, he was claiming that he has updated his resume in the job portals, in the company portals as well, but he is also not getting a job. So what could he do about this? See, the people, it's very simple. Okay, the recruiter nowadays, the companies nowadays, they rely on automated system to sort or get the resumes. They call it as ATS, that is applicant tracking system. So whenever a person applies or updates his resume in any portal, then probably it goes through this particular search, and then it ultimately lands up in their particular purview. So what a person need to do is that there are 2 to 3 basic points, people. Okay. The point number one is that the resume should be not too complicated. It should be a simple format wherein a person can get a good track of that, and as well as it will get tracked in ATS. Okay. Another important thing is that use Word format. Whenever you update your resume in any of the portals, for example, you update it in Naukri, you update it in Times Jobs, or any other job portals, use the format which is the Word format. It is my personal experience that whenever we use Word format for updating a resume, the chances of you getting the email triggers and the chances of you getting the calls from the requirements increases. I personally have experienced this particular thing. Okay. Another important thing is that if you repeat 2 to 3 primary skill sets of yours, or one particular primary skill set of yours 2 to 3 times in your resume, the chances of you getting tracked by this ATS system or your resume going to the recruiter increases. So how to do it? Okay, there is a way of doing it, team. There is a way of doing it. It is not that you have to just randomly update the name here and there. No, it is not that. Okay, whenever you are writing a resume, uh, write it in such a, whenever you're trying to write something about your primary skill set, frame it in a sentence and frame it in such a manner that this thing gets framed in a particular sentence, and while get framing it in a sentence, repeat it 2 to 3 times at different places. If you just try to update the work like skills, this Java, then so followed by .NET, then followed by something Spring and all these frameworks, not like that. It's like, I worked on Java on this particular organization. People generally do it in 2 sections. Okay, first is they give their skills snapshot. Then you can just give a short description about those particular skill sets or particular technologies on which you have worked on, and in down below that you have to go ahead and specify in brief, or give a detailed description about that. So what this does is that, first of all, a short description about what role you have played in the particular company comes in a first paragraph in bullet pointers, and that gives a good understanding to a recruiter that this is what you exactly are. And if you drill down below, then probably comes the job experiences. Then comes the job experiences, which company you work with and which skill set you have worked with. By doing this particular thing, you are already repeating your skill set there on the top as well, and as well as the detailed description. Do this particular things and your profile, it would definitely get an upper hand, team. Another important thing is that, um, ensure that you update your resume to perfection in any of the job portals. You can see there, right? Give some time to yourself whenever you go in front of a job portal. Give some time to yourself. Explore the job portals. There are many good, they are very good. You can click on something to get notifications. You can create multiple resumes as well while applying for jobs. So give some time on a job portal and see what all things you can do there. Do this particular thing, and the chances of you getting job calls will definitely increase. And keep updating your resume at times. Okay, if you are looking for this particular location to start with, and later on if you decide that you are now open for other locations as well, update all those things in your job portal stating that you are open for all these locations. Generally people, they do not update their skill sets, their city locations or willingness for other locations in the job portals, and they get limited exposure. So whenever you are updating something, you do go ahead and do this particular thing. Okay, we have important things. If you are not getting a call, do these things. Whenever you are writing an email to anyone, ensure that you make a proper use of cover letter, because cover letter is something, the detailed description on the email body is something which will help you stand out of the crowd. This is the basic thing which people are doing. Okay, whenever a person is applying for a job, now the situation, we all know how it is. For one particular job or two particular job, 10 to 20 people are applying. Many people, they do not write a cover letter. Many people, they do not update their name in the file name of the resume and their skill set in the file name of the resume. By doing this, recruiter tends to overlook their profiles, because they will definitely go ahead with the person who has updated a proper file name to the resume and proper description as a cover letter. This particular thing is one of the biggest errors that people are making. So whenever you write an resume, whenever you write an email to the people, to a recruiter or anyone, ensure that you update it in a proper cover letter. We have shared the cover letter in earlier webinars, and we have the link which are updated in a form as well. Okay, this was the one most important queries, and this is the current doubt for most of the people as well: what to do, how to do. These are few important things which you need to take care of, people. Okay, so let me see what else was there. Okay, so this was something important. If in case you start doing these things, people, right, you will ultimately realize that things are going good, and ultimately the chances of you getting more job calls will automatically increase. Okay, these were the few queries which were raised. Another thing is that, okay, one person, he asked me that whether the project which he attended as a part of his college, but he was on permanent roles of the company. He was in last year of his engineering, but at the same time, the college provided him an opportunity to work with a project, and that was all permanent roles. College gave him proper certification. Whether this particular thing can be counted as an experience, let me tell you, people. Okay, it can definitely be counted as an experience. The thing is that we have to explore all these options. We should not take anything out of your resume. If you update the particular resume, if you have proper documents, from the company in which you have worked on particular project, update this in your resume, and this can be added up as your experience as well, while if you are specifically doing a master's. This is what generally happens. People, they complete their engineering, and when they go for masters, while pursuing their masters, they get an opportunity, they start working. So of course, if in case you get an opportunity to work on project as well, go ahead and add this in your resume as the experience. And then ultimately, once you get in an interview, once you get in an opportunity to get in an interview, then everything depends on how you run the show, how you get in a discussion, what you say to the manager, how you focus, how you try to showcase your skills. So yes, definitely, if you are working in college, but if you have proper documents, proper letter, joining letter, relieving letter from the company, everything gets counted, people. Okay, this was another thing. Now another thing is, like, someone just said, okay, um, power of updating details on company portals. So we just said, right, that you have to update your resume in company portals. By doing this, right, the company portals, in the sense, potential job providers, if I am exploring for a job, if I know that one particular company can give me a job, most of the companies maintain their pages known as career pages. If you go ahead and register to their career page, or if you go ahead and apply to one of the requirements which they have, your email gets registered with them. So whenever they come up with any other requirement, you will start getting notifications. So this is something very important. Okay. One of my known very close by friends, he has been looking for a job from last 5 to 6 months. Okay. What one thing he did was he updated his resume in Amazon portal. He was not even aware, and one day he got a call from Amazon team, and he went through an interview and he got selected. So this is the real power, team. This is the real power. Ensure that you update your resume. This was again a question asked by one of the people, one of the candidates, about how it helps. Okay, so updating your resume in company portals, irrespective of whether there is a 100% alignment or something like that, if not updating, then actually, if not applying for a job, actually registering with them, it also helps. Okay, just give me any, what else are we supposed to cover? Any experience while doing masters? Yes, job market, right? So we're supposed to so primary. So these were the few important points, people. There were many points which we have already covered with different webinars. Okay, one more thing. Okay, this is specifically for the people who have completed their MBA. There is a specialization wherein people, they complete their master's degree in business administration while opting for two subjects. One is basically an HR, they can opt for another subject, and the query which was raised by was from a person who has operated an MBA in HR as well as marketing. So people, if you are exploring for job, okay, if you have done your specialization in MBA in HR as well as marketing, and if you are exploring for a particular job, you have to be very sure about which specific field do you want to target. Okay, if you are more interested in human resource, you have to start preparing yourself in such a manner that your resume get aligned to become a human resource. If you're trying to get something into marketing or something like that, you have to start aligning your resume and working towards making it more into somewhat into marketing. So the important point which I am making here is that you should be aware of what exactly you want to do. Okay, if in case you keep exploring, if you start exploring for jobs into HRs as well as into marketing stuff as well, then probably things may not work good. Your resume would be like into, it would have HR, it would have marketing, then an internship here, then an internship there. This doesn't give a specific direction to your resume. So first of all, the people, you have to actually know what exactly you are looking for and what exactly you are more comfortable with. Start building your resume accordingly. If you are interested, if you are also okay with some short time part time requirements, if you are an HR, if you did it using HR as well as marketing, go ahead and try to build your career in HR. Go ahead and do recruitment internships. Let those things be there on your resume, elaborate it as much as you can. However, if you want to do something part time as well, which is into marketing, digital marketing or something like that, then you can take a call on that as well. But the important thing is that the primary thing, that is which you are doing in human resources, should not get affected with the part-time thing that you are doing. So you have to be very focused about what exactly you are trying to do, and you have to ensure that you make your resume accordingly. Okay, so this was one point which I thought of covering, something important. So that's it, people. I thought of coming online to discuss this few of the important things that I that would definitely add value to the people, specifically the job seekers. I will be posting this particular link on YouTube channel. It's already live on Facebook as well. And we will come up with a group as well wherein we'll keep posting all the videos related to our platforms. So the new joiners can also have a track of all those videos team. So we will soon catch up. We will soon catch up. We are also trying to work on we will also trying to work on something related to LinkedIn, how job seeker can actually utilize LinkedIn to his best possible best possible potential. So we are trying to do that as well. Then also a 5-day workshop, that is also what we are trying to do, a 5-day workshop wherein we will be working with different people right from the word go about how what should they do as soon as they complete the education, what should be the first step, what should be the second step, and step by step they would be asked to do that. It would be somewhat 5 days of workshop like that. So we are working on some other initiatives as well. We will soon conduct another one-to-one discussion the way we did it last time. It was a really successful one, and people really find a good value about that. But one request, people, whenever you have any queries, whenever you have any suggestions, any inputs, ensure that you use the form which is there in the description of our WhatsApp group, and write it to us. We will definitely, as soon as we get a time, as soon as we review it, we will check the particular thing, we'll work with the experts around, and we'll get back to you people. So hope you like this particular information shared today, team. Have patience. Patience is the key, team. Okay, have patience, keep applying the right strategies, and go ahead with that, and you will soon find the difference coming in. So we'll catch up sometime down the line with some different video. Till then, people, take care.